It's poker night again. I've got another game for you. It's not exactly a poker game. It's called In Between. Some people call it Between the Sheets. It's a fun game, and it's going to create a lot of laughs at your next poker game. And the only one rule that you need to apply is you need to put a max burn limit on this game, or a max loss limit. I've played this game before where the pot had about $6 in it, and it had over 400 in it in less than 10 minutes because we had no limits on it. So once I start dealing it and playing it, I'll tell you about the limits. I'll show you how it's played. It's going to be a blast. So keep watching. Okay guys, here's how you play In Between, or as some people call Between the Sheets. Start with a shuffled deck. Everybody's going to ante. We'll call each chip $1. So everybody's going to ante $2. And then I like to start this game going clockwise. So first thing you're going to do is turn over 2 cards, just like that. And this player here is going to take a chance that this next top card is going to fall in between the king and the 5. So I like to play it as the first round you can only take $1 out of the pot. That's the max you can do. Or if you guys want to ante 10 and say the most you can take out is 5 on the first round only. That prevents someone from taking the entire pot, and it doesn't even make it to the other players in the table. So I just do a lower limit for the first round, and then you can take the pot after that. So this player here has got King 5, and he's probably going to bet, okay, there's $6 in the pot. He can only take 2 max, and he's probably going to bet the max bet for this round, which is $2. So since that card there did not fall in between, it's actually called a bookend. Now I play this game where the bookend causes you to pay double. So he bet 2 because he got the bookend. Now he's got to pay 4. So I leave the cards just like that. You may deal them a little bit different. You guys can do your own variations. But the next hand is going to go to this player here. So I'm going to flip over the jack and the 4. Now he's going to make a bet that the next card will fall between the jack and the 4, which you got a pretty big spread. And there's, what, $10 in here now? But he can only take 2 on the first round. That's what keeps this game kind of in play for all players for the first round. So he's going to bet probably $2, which is going to be the max in this round. So he'll get that ready. Queen fell. So the queen is not in between, so he loses just whatever he bet. So you can see how much this pot is building. So now the dealer has got a 9 and a 9. Now I play it so that you can split these, kind of like splitting blackjack, for whatever the ante is. So the ante was $2. If the dealer wanted to split these, you know, he could put another hand here, another hand here for $2. Normally I would not split 9s, but I'm going to do it just to show you in the video. So he's going to pay the pot, the ante, to split these. So this over here, he's got ace 9. Since the ace fell second, the ace is high. If the ace falls first on your in-between, you can call the ace high or low, but the second ace is always high. So this is high ace, this is 9. Not a lot of cards in between there, so dealer's going to pass. So this split over here, dealer's got 9-4. Dealer's going to pass on that. There's not a lot of cards in between there. So it's just going to be a pass hand. It didn't lose any money, it just cost the dealer to split. Now since we've made it around the table, anyone can bet the entire pot. But if you have a burn limit, like let's say there's $12 in here, this player can bet the entire pot if he wants to, and if he loses, say he gets a bookend or a consecutive, or he loses, the most he has to pay is $5. That's what I mean about max burn limit. Because if he gets a bookend and he has to pay double, now you've got $24 in here. Now dealer gets a bookend, now you got $48 in there. It just gets way out of control. So I allow players to bet the entire pot, no matter how much it is. But if they lose, the most they lose is $5. So it's very advantageous when you got a big pot to go for it, because the most you can lose is $5. Creates a lot better action, keeps the game friendly. So now we'll do the second round where you can bet the entire pot. This player here, he's got an 8 and a 10. There's only one card in between there. He's going to pass. Player here, he's got a deuce and a jack. A lot of cards in between there. He can bet the pot. That's a pretty good spread. Or he can bet $1. He can bet $3, whatever he really wants. So let's say he's going to bet $1. 10 fell in between, so he just takes $1 out of the pot. Normally, if I was playing with some guys, I probably would have bet the pot on that. That's a pretty good spread. Now, dealer's got a 6 and an ace. Since the ace fell second, the ace is high. Remember I said before, if this ace fell first, then I would have a choice. I can call the ace high or I can call the ace low. That's why you kind of keep track of the cards, how they fall. And if you determine your ace high or low, it can be very advantageous to you if you've been watching how the cards fall. So this is to the dealer. We got a 6 and an ace high. Dealer's going to bet, we'll say $2. Dealer drew a 6. Since that's a bookend, that means the dealer has to pay double. So he bet 2, he has to pay 4. Now we'll go back over to this guy. He's got a 3 and a 2. Now that's consecutives. 3 and a 2, a 5 and a 6, ace and a king, 9 and a 10. Those are consecutives. Now when someone draws consecutives, you can't make a bet at all. You're very well stuck. But I make the player pay whatever the ante is. So since this player drew consecutive numbers, he's got to pay the pot what the ante was. Remember, the ante was $2. So he didn't even get a chance to play. He just drew bad cards, consecutive numbers. He's got to pay the pot $2. Back over to this player here. King and a queen, another consecutive. He's got to pay $2. He's got to pay the ante. As you can see this stack, how much it's grown. I'm only playing with 2 dummy hands here. Imagine how big this gets when you got 5 or 6 guys going. But you gotta remember, some guys are gonna bet $1, some guys will bet $2, and they'll just kind of chip away at the pot. They don't really want to risk the big money. But it creates a lot of laughs. It's a lot of fun. We'll go back here to the dealer. Dealer's got an 8 and a 10. There's nothing in between there. It's not consecutive, so I can just pass. Player here, 7 and a 4. You're pretty much going to pass on that. There's not many numbers in between. Player here's got a 5 and a 9. He's going to pass. Dealer's got a pair of jacks. Now, most face cards I'm going to pay to split them. So I'm paying the ante, which is $2, 2 chips. I go over here. I got a 6 and a jack. Dealer's going to bet $2. So king fell, so I got to pay $2. And now this jack over here is being split, which is jack king. I'm going to pass on that one. So now we're back to this player over here. 6 and a 3, he's going to pass. Player here's got an 8 and a 2, he's probably going to pass. Dealer's got a 7 and a 3, he's going to probably pass. So that basically showed you all the examples and the variations of what's going to show up on the board. You got aces showing up first, you're going to call it high or low. Aces showing up second are always high. Consecutive numbers, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, you have to pay the ante. Bookends, say this is a 7 and a 3 and you draw a 3 or you draw a 7, a bookend means a matching pair. Then you have to pay double whatever you bet. Bet $2, you got to pay the pot 4. Most importantly, put a limit on it. See, right now there's probably 18 chips here, $18. You could they'll easily turn into $70, $100 within 5 minutes if you don't put the limit on it. So $5 max burn if you lose, but you have a chance to win it all. Game keeps going around and around until someone finally takes whatever's left in the pot. Most of the time guys will chip away at it. You know, a couple guys win a little here, a little there, a little here. Kind of gets a little spread around. And then it will come down to someone will pot, you know, $4. Once the pot's wiped out, game's over. So that concludes my instructions on how to play in between or between the sheets, whatever you guys want to call it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to like it or dislike it, leave me a comment. If you guys got a variation on how to play it, I'm always willing to learn how to play another game or how to play a variation to a game. I'd appreciate the comment. Subscribe if you want to. But thanks for watching.